You dropped $500 on a telescope that promised you the whole galaxy from your backyard through a slick little app. And 3 cloudy nights later, you find out the smart part is a phone clamp and some wishful thinking. The tube is plastic, the tracking drifts, and that one killer feature you paid for? It only works if a server 2,000 miles away feels like staying online tonight. Here's what the unboxing channels will not tell you. Half of these things are the same cheap glass tube with a Bluetooth chip hot glued to the side. Same factory, same sensor, different logo, twice the price. So I'm gonna walk you through 5 smart telescopes to step around, then hand you the 2 questions that separate a real instrument from a toy with a good launch video. Stick around for number 1. It's the sneakiest of the bunch, and most people do not spot the trap until the 2nd month. In the 5th place, the Hiyuni Smart Connected Go-To Telescope represents the ultimate danger of buying into early-stage crowdfunding hype. Launched on Kickstarter in 2018, this highly promoted, eyepiece-free instrument convinced eager backers to fork over more than $600 by promising beautiful, automated views of the cosmos. The marketing relied on a brilliant trick: real-time, cloud-hosted image stacking. Instead of processing images locally, the hardware streamed raw data to Hiyuni's proprietary servers, which cleaned up the light pollution and beamed a gorgeous composite image back to your screen. But this setup engineered a catastrophic single point of failure. When the startup went completely dormant after 2022 and abandoned customer support, those remote servers became a liability. Because the designers completely omitted a physical eyepiece port to save on manufacturing costs, there is no manual backup. You can't just slide in a piece of glass and look at the moon yourself. If the servers go down permanently, the entire system is instantly bricked. You don't actually own a real astronomical instrument anymore, you just own a $500 plastic paperweight trapped behind a dead login. In 4th place, the Vaonis Hestia architecture exposes the APP-only trap. This unit completely eliminates the physical eyepiece, turning your smartphone from a useful accessory into the telescope's only eye. You clamp your phone to a plastic shell and rely entirely on a software interface to see anything at all. While this looks incredibly convenient on paper, it leaves you with 0 optical fallback. If your phone battery freezes in the cold, your telescope is instantly useless. If a buggy update breaks the connection, or if you simply lose wireless signal in a remote dark sky park, you are staring at a dead, unresponsive screen. A real standalone instrument always lets you point, focus, and observe manually with traditional glass optics. Here, you have no manual escape hatch whatsoever. While a dead remote server ruins other models over several years, this design makes you vulnerable to immediate failure right in the field. Before you buy, ask one practical question. Does this hardware still work if the companion app does not? If it can't, walk away. In 3rd place, the Vaonis Vesperity reveals how slick marketing hides basic physics. This unit commands a heavy price premium by shouting about its 4K sensor, smart automated tracking, and high-tech image processing. Yet, the promotional material completely glosses over the single specification that determines what an optical instrument can actually do: its physical aperture. The Vesperu packs a tiny 50mm lens, which is the exact same size as a cheap pair of toy binoculars. For perspective, a standard, budget-friendly beginner reflector has an aperture of 114 to 130 millimeters. That basic reflector has over 5 times the light-gathering surface of this high-tech unit. Because physical aperture dictates how many photons actually reach the sensor, a larger piece of cheap glass captures faint deep sky details that a 50mm lens physically cannot collect. No amount of advanced software or digital processing can conjure photons that your optics never captured in the first place. Software simply cannot cheat the laws of physics. When a manufacturer buries the aperture specification deep inside technical submenus, it is hiding the hardware's fundamental optical limit. Before moving forward, let us make something clear. This channel has no corporate sponsors, no affiliate links, and no free review units sent by PR firms. Every device is tested strictly from a consumer-first perspective. If you own a smart scope, share your brand, model, and length of ownership in the comments below, and let us know if it still works as advertised. In 2nd place, the Dwarf 3 reveals how easily premium marketing hides off-the-shelf, mass-produced hardware. While slick advertisements present this as a groundbreaking proprietary design, a look under the hood exposes a massive industry secret: the tiny photon OEM core. If you look up the FCC database under grantee code 2BK4Y, you find the exact same internal circuit boards, step motors, and Bluetooth modules shared across supposedly competing brands. This telescope uses the same Sony IMX462 sensor, focal length, and internal battery configuration as cheaper generic models. The parent factory in Wuhan builds the core hardware, while different brands merely package it in custom plastic shells, slap on a new logo, and rewrite the app's skin. They even reuse identical product renders, simply swapping the digital watermarks for different storefronts. You pay a major markup for what is essentially a badge upgrade. Before you drop hundreds of dollars on a flashy new release, apply a simple test. Check the FCC registration and trace the factory IDS. If the paper trail leads back to a shared OEM assembly line, you are not paying for advanced optical engineering, you are simply paying extra for a different sticker. And finally, in first place, the Unistellar Odyssey Pro represents the deepest post-purchase trap, introducing an offensive concept to amateur astronomy: the subscription hostage. You pay a staggering $4,000 at retail, expecting to own a high-end optical instrument. Instead, you are stuck in a perpetual lease. This is hardware you own, but software you rent. If you stop paying your monthly fees, server-side blocks actively degrade the physical device sitting in your hands. Suddenly, the features that justified that massive price tag disappear behind digital paywalls. Want to stack exposures past a basic 10-minute limit to pull faint, colorful nebulae out of light-polluted skies? Locked. Want plate solving to automatically find the stars? Disabled. Want to export raw files so you can process your astrophotography on your own computer? Blocked. To avoid falling into this trap, you must run any potential purchase through two strict screening tests. First, is the telescope actually standalone and repairable? If a device lacks a physical eyepiece port and cannot function without an active connection to a proprietary server, it has a built-in shelf life. It will not survive the company dying or shutting down its servers. Second, who actually builds this hardware, and do they have a real history of customer service and spare parts availability? Traditional telescope brands support their products for decades. If your smart telescope brand only offers a closed, app-dependent ecosystem with no spare parts on the market, you are buying a temporary software license, not a durable physical instrument. Do not let slick marketing convince you to rent the night sky. Subscribe for more brutal consumer tech exposes. These 5 entries expose one truth: you're renting a login, not buying a telescope. Software can't conjure photons. When servers die, your tech becomes a paperweight. What brand and model do you own, and does it still work? Subscribe for more honest, sponsor-free reviews.